Alright, it's day 343, and as you can see, it's in the morning and there's still guttation going on, so I know there's a lot of water down there beneath the sand layer. I think the sphagnum peat moss is actually just as hygroscopic, if not more, than the wood chips that comprise your average potting mix. So I haven't watered for a really long time, and this is what it looks like from bird's eye view. There's a lot of new foliage, so the second shoot is coming along nicely, but it's still short at this point. Alright, it's day 354, and as you can see, I've enacted major changes. So I have two experiments going on different sides flanking this. I've moved it. It doesn't have two solar reflectors that look unsightly and block the view. Instead, I just have a lamp overhead and two other LED lamps flanking. So this should get more sun or light in total, and also it gets some light from the four bulbs that light up my living room from the ceiling. So as you know, the distance is inversely related to the amount of light the plant receives. Every doubling of distance sees a drop off of 75% in the amount of light that reaches the plant. So the lights that are close, of course, matter the most. It's a little hard to tell in this yellow lighting, but the leaves are actually very dark green, which is somewhat of a good sign, but at the same time, it also suggests that chlorophyll production has really gone into overdrive because the plant isn't receiving as much light as it probably wants to. So I think this new situation should help, assuming the light overhead is truly 1080 lumens and not something even less than the 830 I was originally using. But with different sources of light providing even more light in total, I think this plant should really respond positively. So we're looking at the tip of the shoot that saved Sully. Sully is actually a video game character from the video game Uncharted. He's an adventurer who has had a lot of shady business in his past, but despite all his trials and tribulations, has made it to old age. And he adventures together with Nathan Drake, whom I named one of the other shoot systems after, that seemed to be doing a little better at first, but in this one it seems like Sully triumphs and Drake didn't survive. Big Bertha seemed to be doing the best of them all, but I'm worried that Drake and Big Bertha are just dead in the ground because they've succumbed to some kind of fungal infection or just pestilence in general. Too many fungus gnats and bugs, basically. So who knows if new shoots will come out later on, but I'm not really holding my breath at this point. I don't think anything's going to happen. They'll just slowly rot away in the ground. So Sully now has the entire pot to itself, and I think over the next few weeks growth will accelerate now that there's a lot more light instead of just one bulb and two reflectors. I think growth should really pick up. Plus, there's no pestilence or disease of any kind now, at least nothing that's non-microbial, no insect or nematode, parasite problems. I sterilized this soil mixture that I made beforehand. So everything should go very smoothly, and each leaf is sort of like a little factory of photosynthesis that provides a net gain in food for the plant. And thus, with so many healthy leaves now, production of new leaves should account for a much smaller percentage of the total resources that this plant has. Growth should accelerate, and at some point I expect a whole bunch of new shoots to just pop out of the ground, and this one plant will take over the entire pot. I'm hoping for flowers at some point in the future, or if not, just very, very robust vegetative growth until this entire pot is like a bush.